Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another PDC content stream here. I have Legacy with me, I have T and Jeffree. Unfortunately, we lost Shane to a disease, so we won't have him here today. But welcome, guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, let me fix a couple of things on stream. My
I
mic
miss
is
Shane.
working, so it should
Miss him
be.
already.
We're good to go here. Alright, let's start with just talking about how you feel about your team, guys. Let's start with Tia. You know, we thought your team would be a bit better than you're doing right now. What went wrong? What do you think, like, you guys maybe need to change, or how can you fix your problems?
Well, this is like 2 days before end of signups. Actually, it was after Matt extended it, I think. And we're like, okay, I just asked Sick Boy if you want to play. And then he's like, sure. So the three of us, just Des, Sick Boy, and I, like, okay, let's just find two randos who don't mind if we lose every game. So we are like, let's just find so this is one of my famous last minute teams, and I think our record is probably how good we actually are, but I'm not that. I don't think all of our games are like one-sided stomps. So
Alright, well,
we definitely throw away every lead. Yeah. But yeah, some weeks better than others.
that's fair enough. And Jeffree, what about you? Your team? I wasn't the big believer at the start, you know.
I know. So I just know that YB is pretty much the best carry in the league. You know, like, I just always believe in him. Got the team together based on that. Ended up with some players, you know. It's a lot of fun. This last week was really awkward because we didn't have Hulk and YB, which I would say are like the absolute crux of our team. So it was just like, it was basically like just playing a different game. I honestly, we should have just FF'd. It's a really good time, you know. B-God is psychotic. YB's also psychotic. Hulk is also psychotic, and then I guess I'm a little unhinged too, and so is Tempest. So it's just it's a good time, a lot of fun.
Where
It
did
is easy.
you picked the Husker against my team, right?
Yes, I did.
Terrible person.
Yeah.
How can you 24 Husker in a free Husker game? That should
You
not
just
be
have
allowed.
to. I mean, people forget I play Huskar. They don't ban it. I pick it. You know, I got a good Huskar game this last week too. It just didn't work out enough. We had YB not show up, and I got to stand in like 2 minutes before the game, so it was just weird.
Yeah. Alright, well, moving forward, let's go to the power rankings. We're supposed to have power rankings from Shane. I'll ask him to do it later. I have mine up already here. Top 4, non-changed from last week. I think we all won our games, so I don't see much reason to change anything there. From big changes, Braden's soccer team changed out 2 players. Now they no longer have an 8K plus 4. So, and you know, they just won a big game last week versus you guys. Even though you have the standings, but still, you know, they also just changed out 2 players. Like, I put them up here, but I'm still questioning, you know, in the playoffs, like if in the long game, they still have like below 2K plus 1, and I tend to question that a bit. But Braden Soccer,
I think they're playing Andy on pause 1 and Bunyan's mid.
Did they change it out? Well, because you didn't, you guys.
I don't know what's gonna be up when JGR is back though. not for sure.
Okay. Well, Brayden, you're in chat right now, so tell us, why did you not, or was it you, Jeffrey? Who didn't put the ticket on the game? Who was it that
I don't really
we need to
know.
blame?
I think it was me.
What?
I just like messed up. I put it on season 2. You can look at PDC season 2 and see the games if you want.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I got no reason.
happens,
I thought I clicked 3 for sure.
happens to the best of us, but anyway, like I didn't bother to check, but you know, big win for the Brayden soccer team. Math Magician, I'm really sad that they're starting to put math on 5 or 4, whatever it is, the Venno thing. But I guess it's just because they have a stand-in. Princess team, I underestimated them all season long, but they keep overperforming my expectations, and like right now they're 6-4, so I'm finally boosting them up from that embarrassing 15 slot there. CD career going down after big losses. Like, I was kind of a believer in the Courier's team before, but they seem to underperform every week. And the same with Gazelle. Like this, like mid-season, like, you know, like I think they had like flashes of brilliance. Let's put it this way. Like Kansei guy performed better than expected at the start of the season, but they kind of cannot figure it out lately. So yeah.
They fell off.
Yeah, those are my
Okay,
rankings.
right.
Legacy, now is your time. You need to make your rankings right now.
Moving my team up to 1 now. Very happy with how we played against the Samada stack. I think the second game we also could have won if we started playing the mid game like we did at the end, but we just kind of were. It was a little too late, and it still was like a 45-minute game despite how big their quote-unquote lead was. So I think if we easily fix those, we could strive for 2-0s against that level of a team. But still very close, so I'd put the Samada stack obviously right 2. I think both of us are very evenly matched.
But you would still put Samada at 2?
Yeah, I'd put Samada at 2. Relatively then speaking from that, I think it is quite clear I think the rest of the teams underneath us stay about the same.
Not a believer in the Westlake stack.
Maybe I want to bump up or drop the Chaz team a bit and bump up the B Shilly team a bit. I'm trying to see where
so, me and Apple are staying. Me and Saucer staying, right?
Yes.
Okay, 3 and 4 then. Because
Where do
you were memeing about Sev 3 before. We're moving that back to below, I suppose, to the
yeah, I'm gonna put them back down
yeah.
because obviously they're not going super try hard with their role
I
swappings.
feel like
But
RuneScaping is still happening, guys.
I'll put the math team at like 6.
6. Where's math?
We'll go. We will go. Oh, it's kind of hard because I guess I do need to put some of these teams back. All right, we'll give the Chaz team one more try. We'll leave them at 5. We'll put We'll move the B Shilly team up above. Let's see. We'll put the B Shilly team actually at 7.
Okay, that's a lot of love for them, I would say, but
Let's go
fair
Courier
enough.
6, 8, 7,
Courier
9.
6 is last in our division, and you're ranking them 8.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
sorry.
do you
No. You're probably right.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go off of like this recent performance.
I
and
think
how
they got
played.
2-0. Courier 6 got
But they
2-0
got 2-0 by
weeks-
you guys.
and,
but
and
yeah,
before
you're
that by
right.
Jeffree. Like, they lost, but 2-0.
Last week.
Yeah, no. We're putting too much hype on them still. They definitely need to be dropped. Let's move the Jeffree
Snow
team
Stacks
up
don't
a bit.
win.
Jeffree at
We
6?
can go. We'll
No,
put.
wait, no, Jeffree at 8?
No. Let's go them at 8. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. We'll go. Sev at 9. And we're gonna go for the Brayden soccer team. I think these guys could be higher with their new additions per se, because I think they have some good
Who did
new
you say?
additions.
Sorry,
that
I was
I'm
answering in
unproven.
chat.
9, Sev, 10, Brayden soccer.
Okay, so you're still a believer in the in the Sev, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, Andy Bendy is one of my favorite people all the time. He's gonna be a solid mid. Artorias is also a solid addition. They're not. I don't think they're gonna be. They're gonna have to prove themselves. I don't know how good they'll be after this.
Okay.
We'll go 11 with the. This is tough. I want to put Princess at 11.
Okay. Alright, fair enough.
And then I want to put.
I feel like it's pretty low ranking for a team that's like in the 6-4, above 50% right now. Like already pretty late in the season.
Not gonna lie, I think our division is very top heavy. I feel like it's like the top 2 teams smash all the other teams, and the rest of the teams are all kind of,
I mean, it's
fighting
same
for
in
the
the other
scraps.
here, Won't say
I
anything,
think, yeah,
but...
yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true. I just mean, I would say that the worst teams in your division are better than the worst teams in our division.
Fair enough.
Give or take if
true.
Team Sev tryhards with Jim playing Pazwa and not with RuneScape.
Our
open.
division is just stronger than yours.
We'll go 12 on the Seed A team. 13 Courier 6.
All right, just a couple more left.
14. We'll go 14 Tia just because the Gazelle team's loss of off. I don't really know what they're gonna do with like in terms of that. That's too big of a skill.
Off the Gazelle team.
I heard that at least. Maybe I don't know.
Okay.
If not, I still think it's about the same. The comm issues are there. We're gonna go 14 Gazelle, and then we'll end with the Not Milk team.
Okay, so 15 Gazelle and 16 Not Milk. All right.
It's kind of hard because I feel like I don't think individual rankings like 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. I don't think.
Yeah, I think like what matters is like like the group, right? That's why
the
we have
bracketing,
the tiers.
yeah.
And like in between, it's like one place up, one place down. Not a big difference there. Oh. Hold on, let me fix this really quick. There we go. All right. Alright, and at some point we'll get chain rankings in here later. And let's go to the predictions with that. So the first game is me playing Applesauce next week. I'm predicting no 2 for my team. We're predicting that Applesauce is a 7-3 team and not 7-1. And what do you guys think? Let's start with Jeffree.
I honestly think you'll probably 2-0 them. I think the Applesauce team is bad, especially if they have Badger. Narathene isn't a real off-laner. Their mid underperforms for his MMR. Sauce is a great support, though.
Okay, alright. What about Tia?
Yeah, I think the spread is like fairly even and looks really off roll to me. So I think you're gonna 2-0
Okay.
this week.
Alright, Legacy?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 to you as well.
Alright, no love for the Applesauce team, which is like, I mean, technically tied for the first place based on the amount of losses right now. So, alright, fair enough. Jeffree, you're playing Bincho next week. What do you think will happen?
Easy 2-0, of course.
Why?
How can
Why
I
though?
say
Why
anything?
though? Can you
team
elaborate?
just
Maybe
isn't that
because
deep.
the Riki was heavily nerfed. Is that the
Riki's
part?
nerfed. Aragorn isn't as good as YBW, even though I've played with both, and I love Aragorn, great guy. And everyone else, I think we just outclassed them. Maybe Plupo's better than whoever's in their respective role, but otherwise we're just better. In the words of Chaz, we are better.
All right, that's a lot of confidence, and hopefully you guys can prove it. Legacy.
We're gonna go 1-1.
Okay.
Not a believer.
Lupo's gonna feed relentlessly one game, and Jeffree's will feed relentlessly the other.
Tia.
I'm looking at this Jeffree team and the Speechly team. I think I'm trying to remember who's on the Speechly team.
Okay, while you're thinking, I'll say that I think it'll be a 1-1 as well. I think that like the Bincho
Oh yeah,
team,
Aragorn Chan one.
like the problem is like they didn't play the Riki anyway. It was always banned, and I feel like there is a. I mean, I don't know if it's even playable, but I don't think it changes much. And I think they're good enough to steal a game of you guys. Like I think technically you're supposed to be a better team on paper for me, but like lately, like Bincho consistently like won. They won Chaz.
Mm-hmm.
They won the. Actually, I mean they won versus Gazelle, but like they had some.
They're
games
sneaking
taken
out
off.
1-1s.
Yeah.
I think I also say 1-1. It's probably would be like up to the draft and like what
No,
he's.
I know Shane would predict 2-0 for us. I promise.
Okay. Well, Unfortunately, Shane is not here to make the prediction right now, but we'll see if you're right in that later. Next game, Chaz versus Gazelle. I'm predicting easy 2-0 for the Chaz. I think Gazelle team is falling apart, and especially if they're losing off, that's a big hit as well. Do you agree, guys? Let's start with Legacy.
Yeah, 2-0 Chaz. That team is a little self-destructive.
All right, Tia,
Yeah, 2-0 Ches.
Jeffrey.
1-1 if they pick CK, so 1-1 because it's the best hero in the game.
CK
if
for
off is
whom?
there.
CK for whom?
Off is there.
Okay, off is there. If off is there, all right.
If I was there.
Well, I'll tell you that off probably comes on the show next week. So next week we might know what is happening with their team, but as of right now, we don't have any information. Next game is Career 6, the Snow Stack playing against Britain Soccer. Let's start with Jeffrey this time.
Easy 2-0 for Braden. I think Andy Bendy can win that game by himself.
All right. Tia.
Yeah, if I think I agree 2-0. Especially with the new roster changes, it looks really strong on paper.
Who is the carrier for the Career 6? It's soundproof, right? Yeah, it is soundproof. All right. Legacy. What will you say?
Although I think overall it should be 2-0 Braden Soccer going forward, I think this particular week with the new teammates, there might be a chance for just a 1-1. Because I think one game there might just be, some pub-like non-competitive synergy that leads to a loss.
Okay, and also, so you told me that they don't put their 1K player on pause 1 anymore, right?
What, for the Substack?
Yeah, no, for Braden Soccer.
It's unclear.
I'm pretty
JGR
sure. No, I'm pretty sure they still will.
Okay,
Artorias
Braden
is
Soccer,
the
you're actually
carry.
in chat. Can you tell me if your team is playing, is keeping your pause 1 and pause 1 role, or if you're swapping them around? So what is happening to Tian?
Not sure yet.
Okay.
I'd assume so, just because Andy's gonna be playing.
Okay.
Right now. I feel like
Here
Artorias
is what
isn't really-
here is what my take. If you guys have Tien at pause 1, it'll be a 1-1. If you have Andy Bennett at pause 1, it's 0-2. And assuming
Well, who would be the mid then?
They already played Bunyan's mid versus both games.
All right, you're putting Artorias mid.
no,
Artorias went
Onions
off
mid.
lane.
Oh, okay.
That's what they
Yeah, I
did
can see
last
that.
That's
I can
We'll
see it
see.
too.
So the reason why I'm saying that is because I think if you put the 1K player on pause 1, there'll be a game where one of the games soundproof will the game will go late, and they'll win based of having just way higher mark carry. I think that might happen, but I still think unless something crazy happens, it should be 2-0 for Braden here. I believed in you guys last week versus Jeffrey. I believe in you guys this week as well. Next game is Samada versus Sev. Sev, a team that started off looking great, but it actually doesn't. Tia, what will you say?
I think Samara. This is basically up to if the 7 team's rolling, right? So I think the Samara team is looking stronger to me. 2-0. Yeah.
Okay. Also, I know that you forfeited last week.
Yeah.
Why did you decide not to look for a stand-in or anything, and just
So I had to get one stand-in already, and then it was he had the 2-hour time frame,
Mhm.
and then Sick Boy was asleep, didn't show up, so I was like, I'm not gonna find another one with a 15-minute delay, and then I have to look for another one for the second game, basically.
Yeah.
It's just
It happens.
I have to play with 2.
It happens. People oversleep.
I mean, he does to me every season, so I'm not surprised at this point. He sleeps through all my playoff games, so.
Quick say, I'm halfway through the draft in my scrim, and I'm gonna have to go after it. Just so
Okay,
you know.
well, let's then let's go. Okay, let's do all predictions for Legacy right now then.
2-0
versus
Samada. 2-0 for Math Magician. I just feel like the C-Day team, although I think they have solid skill, they're just way too easy to draft against. We'll go 1-1 Tia Princess. I think there could be, some potential for a little controversy, and then 2-0 for me versus Not Milk.
All right. Well, just in case you need to live early, but Jeffrey, you're the last one for the Samada
Yeah.
versus Sev.
For Samada versus Seb, I honestly think this could go 1-1. I just feel like, there's a new patch. Maybe Samada team will get overconfident. I don't have anything else to add. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Tusk got nerfed a bit, Amino got nerfed a bit as well because of that.
He'll still play the hero. It's
Yeah,
not a
sure.
big deal.
I mean,
Either
it's
thing goes all
I mean, the
different.
range will be a bit
know
annoying,
the
like for
shard.
finding on the shards, but it's not like it's anything game breaking because like late
Still
game is still
huge range.
Yeah. I'll say 2-0 for the Samada. I think they're just way better team and unless like Sev team really takes this very seriously, which they time after time again they prove that they don't take it very seriously, and after losses to Not Milk and Princess, I don't believe in that team. CDA versus Math Magician, Jeffree. Go ahead.
1-1. I just feel like Seed A team is solid. Math Magician team is good, but I don't think they're amazing.
Okay. Tia?
Do you know if Matt is not playing Gary anymore, or is that like
He's
a
playing.
different thing?
I think he's only playing support when they have a stand-in, and then they go for this Veno Pudge weird stuff when they have Chase as a stand-in.
Right. Yeah, I think that CA team is a little stronger than their ranking suggests, and the Math team is a little lower than the ranking. I'd say 1-1 as well.
Okay. I mean, it's not like they're that far apart, but it's weird because Math Magician team, I also feel like doesn't take games too seriously sometimes. Like not as hard as Sev's teams, but they tend to free ball a bit. But I agree that CD's team is very easy to draft against, and I think it will be a 2-0 for Math Magician. Next, Tia, you're playing against Princess. Are you winning this game?
Let me check with some Princess.
That's like the noob Funzo stack.
Oh, okay. We're taking a game off for sure. I'll say 1-1.
Okay. All right. Jeffree?
2-0 Princess.
2-0 for
Funzo's
Princess.
too powerful.
I'm thinking about it like I want to put a 2-0 for Princess. Just because I underestimated them so long during the season, and like I was putting them on like 15 and 16 slot as like one of the worst, if not the worst team in the league for a long time. Yeah, they were in 16 at some point. I'll give them benefit of the doubt. I'll give them 2-0 this week, but if they're losing a game to you, they're dropping down significantly. So I'm looking an eye on this game. Legacy's playing Not Milk. Jeffree, is it an easy win for Legacy? Jeffrey, are you there?
I'll say it's
Contemplating all scenarios.
Alright, we can go with Tia then instead for now.
I'll call it 2-0 Legacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Not Milk were able to take a game off like here and there, and like they won versus Sev. So like it's not like they're absolutely terrible. And they had the change in I think their mid changed, and I think they started winning games after they got their mid changed. So I will still say that Legacy should too. I think like in my mind, I think like top teams in each group, some other Legacy and me and Sauce are a bit above the other teams. Which is like shown by our statistics so far. So, until I'm proven wrong, I'll say that it's a 2 for Legacy here.
Also, there should really be an asterisk against whatever loss we threw, and also Jim was playing harder than in any other series he ever played this season, just because his brother and the boys were casting in play.
Okay,
Actually disgraceful.
Can I get asterisks on 2 of my losses in Lads then as well, Legacy? Because
Yes.
in 2 of our losses, one of the games I was hitting the Throne on Troll and I pressed ulti and then it made me dive the fountain and I lost the game because of that, when the Throne should have dead. Another game we took a lane in 15 minutes in the game, or like 20 minutes in the game, and then I died twice in a Roach Pit solo, and I lost the game. So...
All you have to say is you press ult on troll. That's basically self-explanatory.
Wow. Yeah, but...
Yeah.
Still, is Jeffrey back?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you
Legacy
hear me?
versus Not Milk. Yeah, we can hear you. What is your prediction for the Legacy versus Not Milk? And if you're saying anything, we cannot hear you. At least I cannot hear you.
Hot Milk versus Legacy. Yeah, 2-0 for Legacy. My computer crashed. I guess my phone mic was being weird.
Okay, alright. So those are our predictions for the week. I think like still like we have a lot of similarities in our votes because it's getting like later into the season, and we can see like which teams are better and which are worse. It's not like early season when everybody get like different predictions for every game.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the predictions. And for the last part that we have here, what was the surprise of the last week for you guys? Let's start with Legacy in case he needs to leave. Legacy, are you still there?
All right, what were you saying?
What is the surprise of last week for you?
Surprise last week. Trying to think what really was surprising. I feel like not many games were too surprising. I guess we'll just go with the Math Magician not Milk game. The fact that they won one, I think that was probably the biggest surprise. I think, I'm just so good at predicting things. Nothing's really a surprise to me. So
okay,
we'll
yeah, and to be fair, you're the best one in the prediction percentage. So
you gotta
far.
alter that one by one. Remember? Because I
already
accidentally.
It
Oh,
was
let's
12,
go. Let's
22, 15 before. So
I am the word of Gaben right now.
All right, and before you leave as well, let's then go with you. What was your disappointment of last week?
I mean, I'm just gonna have to go with my result. I think the boys were feeling like we definitely could have. Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm thinking of the Stomata stack. Never mind. Sorry. We'll go with the disappointment. I'll go with the Princess Seb game. I feel like, especially my team, we feel robbed that the Princess team was able to 2-0 them, but we ended up dropping a game. So we'll put that one as the disappointment.
Okay. And what is the match that you would watch next week if you could choose
or this
one?
coming week?
Yes.
It's got to be you versus Sauce. I feel like that's like, despite us thinking it's going to be 2-0, I think that's the game where it's going to really decide the top of your division and just the different classes of people.
Yeah, and it's also, I'm very excited to play Badger as well. It's not something you get to do every game, every day. All right, let's go back. Jeffree, what was your surprise of last week?
I guess my surprise of last week is that YBW didn't show up.
Okay. Do you know the reason? Can you spill the beans?
Yeah, no, he had just gotten his COVID shot, so he was just taking a nap.
Okay. Oh, okay. So fair enough.
It's kind of lame, right?
Fair enough. Tia.
That's a W excuse, though.
That's a classic YB move.
Well, I guess I already said this, but I mean,
what was your surprise?
I don't know if this was a surprise because I'm not really surprised.
I gotta go.
He was sleeping.
Yeah.
But
all right. Good luck.
I guess it was. I'm disappointed in him again.
Yeah, but it seems
I'm
like
disappointed in myself for not waking him up.
You didn't call him.
I forgot to call him because it's usually not my responsibility.
Okay. Well.
But I don't have really much else because we didn't play.
Okay.
This week.
My surprise of last week is just the new Braden team. Like, if you told me a week ago that they would, change roster and Beast would leave, I would not believe you. Because I thought they had a lot of fun, and unfortunately they had like problems with finding like standards or something, and they just quit.
Okay.
This was a surprise because I didn't think they would disband.
They haven't played with the new one though, right?
They did. They won versus Jeffree.
Okay.
So, but I'm surprised not by them winning, but by them changing roster in general. As for the disappointment of the week, Jeffree, what's your disappointment?
I know this is lame, but I'm disappointed we got 2-0'd. I was surprised YB didn't show up.
No, okay, you cannot choose the same event for two different...
It's not the same thing, though, because YB didn't make us lose, we made us lose, right? We still could have won.
Okay, alright, fair enough.
But if you want something else, I'm disappointed that the Chaz team did not 2-0 B Shelly.
Okay, but...
That's us.
Okay, Tia, you cannot say, though, that you're disappointed that your team didn't come and you needed to forfeit. You need to select something else.
I'll say something else. My stand-in, I had Prisonism come for 4, and he's like the biggest Amino fan. I don't know why, but he wanted to play versus Amino, and I wanted to play versus Og, and we didn't get to. But I guess that's the major disappointment.
All right.
I think
Even though he wants to play mid versus him, but he was gonna play 4.
I think he's friends with Amino or something. I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure it's like him playing once.
They know each other.
Everyone wants to play
I'm
Amino.
pretty sure they
Amino's
were in the
hottest
same
girl
team.
in all of Donut.
Yeah, but they didn't.
We
They
all want
didn't.
to play with him.
They didn't have each other out on Steam until
Oh.
this week, so that's a big dub. Actually,
Okay.
they're added, or at least once again.
As for my disappointment,
Now he has a chance.
I will go with this game that happened here. I will show it now. It also wasn't ticketed, and in this game, Gazelle, they had a gyro, and on last pick, I think they ran out of reserve time, and they got random Sven for mid. And
Unlucky.
Sven needed to go
Chad.
mid. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I think. That's what he told was happening here, and
Sick draft.
yeah, that's just really unfortunate. Like
God teardrop.
I was the only
Wait,
time
did they
I got.
actually run Sven mid, and then they ran Jaro one?
Yes, because I think Bartrasai is their mid. I may be wrong, but I think that is what happened there. I think that was a Jarek. And also, I don't understand this. What is this build? I have no idea.
Interesting. I don't know.
But I think I saw in general chat that they were somebody told me that this was a gyro carry and Sven mid. But yeah, I was once in the station when we ran the last pick, but that was fortunately in a scrim, and we last picked like an axe when we needed like a carry, so it was very weird. But
Yeah, it's happened.
yeah,
once.
but
why he
it's
plays
rough.
that?
It's
That's
rough.
good.
It's rough. So that's my disappointment here. Random from Gazelle Teal. And the last thing for you guys is what would be the one match for you to watch from this upcoming week. Let's start with Tia.
I think the probably the Math C Day one is the one I'm most curious about.
Okay.
Especially if the drafting will actually be different because of patch. I think that it could have like a lot more variation.
So you're saying
Okay.
no, you're saying if they won't have a stand-in, they won't run another Pudge Veno game.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right. Jeffrey.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Braden Cocker team does. So I want to see that. I don't really care about the opponent. I think it's an easy win, but I just want to see how they do. I want to see my boy Braden with a good team. Shout out Braden.
As for myself, I cannot select my own game, but I will select you guys playing against Bin Choi. I think this Bin Choi been a bit on the rise lately after a very bad start. You guys started out terribly in my eyes. I mean, started out in terms of what I thought about your team, but then you did relatively well, and I think this game will decide a lot like where do I think your teams are heading into the playoffs, which is starting like in 2 weeks from now. So
assuming YB shows up.
But let me check if is there a time already for that game posted.
Oh yeah, we're
it
playing
is,
default.
okay, it is, and it's on
Very
Thursday,
default.
so I won't be watching it because I will be also playing.
Okay.
But yeah, if I could, I would watch your game, guys. So
Thank you.
eventually, I hope I wrote it right.
You can watch the VOD at a Hulk_12.
I can, right? But yeah, I think that is it for now for today. Thank you guys for being here with me.
Thanks.
PDC content will return next week, but we will see you then. Peace.
Have a great day.